Welcome back, everyone. It's time for a little bit of audience participation. So, today, I'm introducing the October Creepy Composite Contest. This is where you get a chance to show off all the Affinity Photo skills you've been learning. Just put together your creepiest composite photo and send it to the email in the description before October 23rd, 2024. There's no real prize here, other than that I'll pick the top 5 submissions, put them together in a video, and then let the audience choose a winner, which will be announced on Halloween Day. Sounds like fun, right? So, what is a composite photo? It's just when you take 2 or more images and blend them in together. I'm going to put one together today for a little inspiration. I have this picture of a shack on a hill, an AI-generated creepy house, some images that I have in my assets panel, and these 2 creepy AI-generated zombies. I'm going to go through this whole thing pretty fast, as in real time it took me about an hour to put together. Essentially, I started by cutting out the hill using the selection brush tool, and then I used the clone tool along the top edge to help give it a more realistic looking edge. Next, I took this image I created on Google's AI platform, Gemini, and removed it from its background as well. I started with the selection brush tool and refine tool to work on the top half, and then used the freehand selection tool to remove the grassy area. After that, I selected the house, copied it, and then went back to the hill image and pasted the house into a new layer. I used the clone tool again to fill in a bit more grass around the house to blend it in. Okay, now for a sky, I'm going to use this blue painted canvas image I found on pixabay.com. I'll just copy and paste it into my project and size it about where I want it. Then I'll go to the Filters button and select Gaussian Blur to blur the background a bit. I think I want to expand my image upward a bit, so I used the crop tool to resize the picture. Then I adjusted the blue background so it fit on the new canvas size. I'll then group what I have so far, go to the Adjustments button and select Brightness and Contrast. I'll lower the brightness to make it a bit darker. Okay, now I'll go to the Assets file I have opened and copy and paste the cloud into my project. I'll do the same for the lightning. But to make the lighting glow a bit brighter, I'll click Command or Ctrl-J to duplicate it several times. Now, I'll copy the tombstone and the bat and paste them into Workspace. Then, I'll move them into place and blend them in a bit. For the tombstone, I'll insert a pixel layer above it and then use the clone tool to paint some grass in front. I'll use the brightness contrast adjustment to make the bat darker, and then I'll do the same thing to the hill to make it darker. I decided to make the bat a silhouette, so I'll go to the FX button and do a black color overlay. Then I think I want another tombstone, so I'll click Command or Ctrl-J to duplicate it. I'll also duplicate the cloned grass and move them behind the first grave. Then I think I'll add a little Gaussian blur to make them blend in a bit better. Yeah, that looks good. I'll blur some of the other elements a little too, as I think it helps. For the next step, I'm going to add some green glow to the upper windows. To do this, I'll go to my pen tool and click around them to all to make a selection. You can make multiple selections by clicking the Add New Curves to Selected Curves Objects button in the Modes section. Now, I'll click on the Fill button in the top toolbar, color the fill green, and then use Color Burn in the Blend Modes drop-down to blend them in. At this point, I'm going to group the whole project together to make it easier to work with. Then, I'll apply the Brightness Contrast adjustment again to make the whole image darker. Next, I'm going to add a bit of fog. I'll create another layer. Then, I'll go to Filters, Noise, and then Perlin Noise, and apply it to the new layer and change the color to white. To blend it in, I'll click the mask button and then use my gradient tool in the left-hand toolbar to drag a gradient from bottom to top to gradually reveal the fog. Okay, now for my zombies. I'll go to that image I have opened and then go to Layers in the menu, select New Live Mask Layer and then Hue Range. If I rearrange the sliders a bit, I can isolate the creepers from their green background pretty easily. Now, I'll just copy them, paste them into a new layer in my project, size them and move them into place. Then, I think maybe I want a few more black bats. I'll just use Command or Control J to duplicate them and then make them different sizes. Finally, let's add a moon behind the cloudy night sky. I'll go to my Shape tool drop-down and grab a circle, then drag it into place. Then, I'll add some Gaussian blur to make it look like it's shining through the clouds, and I'll click the Fill Color button to turn it a bit more yellow. Well, that's about it. Remember to submit your creepy composite to the email in the description below. Attach your image in any file format you like, and may the best creepy image win. Thanks for watching, everyone. As always, those likes and subscribes really help, so feel free to click away. Have a great day.